All right, you got it? What is today's date?
Friday, September 25.
25th. Today is the 25th. All right, go to the second page on the PDF. In today's class, we're going to make inquiries about time, distance, and cost. So in your notebook, put today's date, September 25th, and distance, time, and cost. So today we're learning about distance, how far or how long is the way, how long does it take, time, and how much. So in your notebook for time, put how long. It's going to be the first one, how long. For times, how long. Distance, how far, far. And cost, how much. How much. Okay, so we need the formula for questions. This is information. The time, when you ask for the time, they're going to give you information, right? The time. The distance or the cost. So this is the formula for information questions. First, you need the information. This is called information question word. We're just going to call it info or WH. All right, WH is like what, where. Do you know others? We got what, where, which, more, WH, WH, WH. For the info, so they're going to tell you what it is, or where, or which one. That's the info that you're asking. So these are info questions. Do you know others? WH? To ask questions? What, where, which, why? Today, we're going to use the how. How? With something else. To ask about distance or cost or time. So the second word is going to change a lot. You can say, how long? Or, how long is for the time? For cost, how much? For distance, maybe how far or how close. This is the first part of the formula. The what or the how much or the where. Good? Next part of the formula. We need an auxiliary. Do you know what is the auxiliary for questions in present? What is the auxiliary for questions in present? How do you ask a question in English?
For example, what time is it?
Good. So what time, what's here? Is. So you can use the is, the am or the are. That's one. Where is, next, the subject. All right, so we got the information question word, or WH, plus the auxiliary. So here we use the verb to be for auxiliary. Is, am, are. Do you know another auxiliary? We can also use do or does. Next, the subject. Okay, so let's make a question. How long is, what is one example for a question at work that your clients ask you or that you ask your clients? How long, this is about time. In your notebook, put time question. Time question. How long? Next, auxiliary. Can you make a question? Give me an example, a real example from work. A question about time. First example, time. How long? What's next?
Is
the subject, What is the subject? What are you asking about?
ceremony.
The ceremony. Excellent. That's the subject, you see? How long is the ceremony? Finished. So we have the formula. Information, word, palabra, right? La palabra puede ser where, what, or how long. Or, for example, what time? All this is the first part of the formula. Puede ser nada más what, or what time, or maybe, hey, what chair? What chair do I sit? See? What chair do, ¿quién? I. ¿En cuál me siento? Or which one? So, WH puede estar una sola palabra o puede ser más grande si quieres decir ¿cuál cosa? ¿Qué cosa? ¿Cuánto de largo? ¿Cuánto de mucho? ¿Cuánto de lejos? La primera parte de la fórmula puede ser más grande que una palabra. Depende qué es lo que estás buscando. Inquiries, o el verbo de inquire, es el verbo de preguntar o de pedir información. Entonces, depende qué estás pidiendo. Para eso es la primera parte de la fórmula. Para lo que estás inquiring, lo que estás preguntando. La primera parte de la pregunta, para eso es. ¿Que dónde? ¿Estás pidiendo dónde? ¿O estás pidiendo qué? ¿O qué tiempo puede crecer? O cómo. O cómo de lejos. O sea, ¿qué tan lejos? Así preguntamos en inglés. ¿Cómo de lejos? ¿Cómo de mucho? ¿Cómo de largo? O sea, ¿qué tan largo? ¿Qué tan mucho? Dinero, costo. ¿Qué tan lejos? Distancia. Next, auxiliar. Puede ser en presente o en presente continuo tu pregunta. ¿Para qué usamos presente? El do y el does es en presente, es para hechos en general o información que siempre es cierta como científica, ahorita en el presente. Presente continuo is MR para algo que está pasando en este momento. O en este momento en tu vida, en tu rutina. O literal ahorita mismo. Tú escoges el auxiliar según en qué tiempo lo quieres poner. Aquí está el presente continuo. Hasta lo podemos cambiar a pasado, si gustas. Si quieres poner tu pregunta en pasado. Sería did. Sería was o were acá, ¿verdad? Solo cambiamos nuestro auxiliar a pasado. Y la última parte de la fórmula, the subject. So now we have a question. Repeat your question, please. How long is? Excellent. Did you put it in your notebook? This is a question for time. Can you repeat the question for time, please?
How long is the ceremony?
Excellent. Now let's see cómo se contesta. Al revés. Look. The ceremony is. Y ahí está la información que buscan. How long? No vas a repetir la pregunta, ahora va la respuesta. Repeat.
The ceremony is long.
No. Aquí va el how long. So, how long is the ceremony?
1 hour.
Excellent. Repeat.
The ceremony is 1 hour.
So you see, that's how you answer questions in English. Cancel. Cancel. Now we need to cancel the question. How long? Con la respuesta, los datos, the info. Info questions. Good? All right, now let's make a question for cost. Which one do we use for cost? How? How much? Okay, how much? How much are? Okay, escogiste plural, so the subject needs to be plural. How much are?
The straight lights.
The what?
Straight lights?
Strobe lights?
Straight?
Straight? Or strobe?
No, straight.
What is straight lights? Okay, string? Straight? Or strobe? None of these? Then what are you saying?
I think the second one.
Okay, lights, right? Plural? You put R. Excellent. All right, so now we have an example. Put it in your notebook for the cost. How much? The first part of the formula. Auxiliar. Are. How much are the lights? Fantastic. Okay. Repeat the question.
How much are the lights?
Okay, al revés, to answer, let's go backwards. The lights are, and now you put the money. The lights are $100. Good? Now, let's do a question about distance. Distance. How far or how close? Okay, let's see. How far?
Is the beach.
Is the beach. Excellent. Subject, the beach. Is, because it's only one beach. Good. Now we have a question about distance. Excellent. Any questions with the formula? Good. Okay, now in your PDF, let's make some questions, some inquiries. We're going to make some questions about distance, cost, and time. Can you go to page 2, please? Part A, make inquiries. Do you see that?
Which page?
Page 2.
Mm-hmm.
Part A, make inquiries. You got it? Okay, situation number 1. Can you read our situation, please?
You'd like to take some clients out to dinner? Ask the hotel receptionist to recommend a good restaurant. Find out their distance and how to get there.
Thank you. Find out, so you need the distance and how to get there. So this question is about distance and directions. All right, so with distance, we're going to need to give some directions. Good? All right, so what is the question about?
About a restaurant.
Yes, we need a restaurant first. Excellent. Ask the hotel to recommend a good restaurant. Okay, so now you're going to be your client, and the client is asking you for a recommendation for a good restaurant. Let's make the question first. Okay, look. Info question. Question number 1. Good restaurant. What WH do we put for a good restaurant? We're going to make a question. We need which. Excellent. Which? Do we put something here? For example, which restaurant? What time? Which restaurant? Excellent. So that's how we make the first part of the formula. Not always only WH. In this case, which restaurant? Excellent. Finished with the first part of the formula. Hey, which restaurant? Okay, ¿cuál auxiliar? Which auxiliar are we using? Excellent. Which restaurant is? Now we need the subject. The best. Perfect. El mejor. La playa. Subject, right? Which restaurant is the best? Finished, or you want more information on your question? The rest? Or finish the question? Excellent. That's called the rest en la fórmula. So, WH, auxiliar, subject, el resto. Good. All right, repeat your question complete.
Which restaurant is the best in Los Cabos?
Fantastic. So now we have our first question to recommend a restaurant. Good. This is how your clients are going to ask you, right? first part of this, the first situation is the question for the good restaurant, the best restaurant, right? Okay, how do you answer this question? We have to go backwards, para atrás, boop, boop, in reverse. The rest, what is the rest? In Los Cabos, right? Okay, repeat. In Los Cabos.
In Los Cabos, the best restaurant is.
Now, la respuesta. You see, we cancel the rest, el subject, el auxiliar. Nomás faltó la respuesta. No vamos a decir en la respuesta which restaurant, ¿verdad? Vamos a decir, yeah, the name. ¿Cuál? Which? Excellent. Okay, so ask me the question. What is the question?
Which restaurant is the best in Los Cabos?
Excellent. Now, put the answer. What is the answer?
In Los Cabos, the best restaurant is.
So what do you tell your clients?
Los Tres Gallos.
Excellent. Good, good. Okay, any questions so far? Okay, we're going to the next part. We need a question for your clients to ask you. That way we practice the questions and we're ready. Find out the distance. Now we need the distance.
How far
How far? Next.
is
How far is? What is the subject?
the restaurant?
But now we can put the name.
How far is Los Tres Gallos?
Good. Los Tres Gallos restaurant. So people that don't speak Spanish, they know this is a restaurant with a crazy name. All right, formula for our questions. Make sure que le pongas like a little etiqueta, like a label, a la parte de tu pregunta to make sure que estamos siguiendo la fórmula. So, first we need the WH.
How far?
How far? WH, you see? How. How far? Next, auxiliar. Is. Next, the subject.
The name.
Finish the question, you see? Se acabó. Next, let's answer the question. In reverse. What is the subject?
Los Tres Gallos restaurant.
Okay. Let's go back.
2 kilometers to the north.
Fantastic. Put the answer in your notebook. Good. That's the second part. We're almost finished with the first one, with the first exercise. Now, we need to find out how to get there. We need a question to ask. Hey, can we make a question? How? How is? No, this is not a question for directions. We need for directions. For directions, we need a different formula. Not subject, we need verb right here in the third part. The same, WH, auxiliar, now verb. ¿Cuál es el auxiliar para preguntas de verbo? El do y el does. Auxiliar, sí o no, o dónde, cómo, por qué, este verbo. Ok, ¿qué pedimos? ¿Cuál es el verbo del tema? How to, How to ¿qué?
Okay.
Get. Ese es nuestro verbo, get. Good. Okay. How do ¿quién? I, verbo. Ya se hizo más grande la fórmula, ¿viste? Porque estamos con verbos ahora. How do, subject, I. ¿El verbo cuál era? Get. ¿A dónde? Excellent. Okay, the question is complete. Put the formula now for verbos. Preguntas abiertas de información sobre un verbo. Si tenemos un verbo, alguien lo está haciendo. So we need the subject primero. ¿Cuál es la fórmula? WH de información, auxiliar, subject, verbo. ¿Cuál es la diferencia? Cuando usamos auxiliar el verbo to be, no ocupamos otro verbo. Esas preguntas son de estar o ser. Ahora vamos a hacer preguntas de otros verbos. Todos. Este es un verbo especial, ¿verdad? El verbo de ser o estar. Como ya es verbo, se estaban acabando las preguntas ahí. Okay, ask me the question.
How do I get to César?
Okay, let's check the formula. How, do, subject I, verbo get. El resto, to the restaurant, to my house, whatever. Good. El resto. Excellent. Okay. So now we ask about distance, time. Oh, not time, only distance and directions in this situation. Any questions? Excellent. All right, let's go to the number 2. Can you read the instructions, please?
You are in New York. You want to get to Chicago as quickly as possible. Ask the hotel travel agent about the type of transport, cost, and time to the journey.
Okay, so we need 3 things. Ask the hotel travel agent about what?
About how to get to Chicago.
Nope. Right, look at the number 2. Ask the hotel travel agent about
Type of transport.
type of transport and
Cost.
cost and
Time.
time. That's what we need. Okay, here it says you are in New York, but now we are in Cabo. Where do people want to go? To La Paz. So that's the situation for your client. Okay? Now we have the formula. Ask a question about the type. Type es cosa. Which one is for cosas? Where? Places. This is a thing. Tipo. ¿Qué tipo? ¿Qué? Oh, right there. What type? Now, not what time, what type? Okay, can you help me with the question for the type of transport? Let's follow the formula. What type? More. We need to make this bigger. Type of what?
Transportation.
Good. Transport. Okay, we have the first part. Repeat.
What type of transport?
Good. WH. That's the first part of the formula. And this question is big. ¿Qué queremos saber? What info? What type of transport, right? That's the first part. What type of transport? Next, auxiliar. Do, okay. What type of transport? Do. Next, we need the subject.
Can?
No, the subject, the person.
I.
I? Okay. What type of transport do I? Now we need the verb. Okay. Get. Now the rest. What is the situation?
To go to the bus.
Perfect. Now you have the complete question. Repeat, put the question in your notebook, put the parts of the formula, and repeat the complete question. Ready? Okay, what is the complete question?
What type of transport do I get to go to the bus?
Perfect. In this case, what is get? What?
No?
What? What is get? The verb get. Okay, excellent. That was distance, cost, time, or directions? Directions, because the transport, right? We're going to tell them, oh, here's the bus or the taxi. Good. What's the next part?
Cost.
Cost. Okay, question about the cost. So that's the info we want. What is going to be the WH for this question?
How much?
How much? Perfect. How much? Auxiliar? Auxiliar depends on the subject, right? So what's going to be the auxiliar?
Is.
How much is in the subject?
The transport.
Good. Do we need more? The rest?
To go to the bus.
Okay, yeah, if you want. Excellent. Now, put the question in your notebook. Put the formula, etiqueta en cada parte, so we don't forget. The formula is good because you can make any question in any situation. You got it complete?
No me acuerdo. How much is the transport
Uh-huh.
to the bus?
Good. Fantastic. How much, WH, se acabó, is the auxiliar. The transport, nomás un transport, because singular is. And el resto to La Paz. Excellent. Okay, now.
How much are the transportation? No.
No, because R is for plural. Transportation is only one. That's why I said el auxiliar is enlazado con el subject. Por eso hay tres auxiliares para los yo, singular y plural. Igual acá. Do, plural, y yo, y does, los singulares tercera persona, right? Good. Okay. Now we have the cost and the type of transport. What else do we need?
The time.
The time. Excellent. Time of the journey, right? So let's make the question. What is the first part of the formula?
How long?
How long? Excellent. Okay, how long what? How long? We need a verb, right? So what is the formula for verbs? Over here.
How long does?
What is the subject? It says right there, time of the what?
Journey.
The journey is the subject. This is the subject. And the verb? How long que? What is the action? Take. Okay? How long? Information, WH for the information questions. Auxiliar, you said do or does? Does. Not me, not you. The journey. How long does the journey? Now we need the verb. Take. Good. Can you read the complete question?
How long does the journey take?
How long does the journey take? Fantastic. Okay, the first question was the type of transport. Repeat your question, please.
What type of transport do I get to go to La Paz?
Perfect. So your clients will ask you, hey, Araceli, what type of transport do I get to go to La Paz, correct? Or do I buy? And what do you answer? Let's go in reverse.
To go to La Paz.
To go to La Paz. I? You. Yes. El auxiliar no se ocupa. You take. Now we need the answer. Se acabó. What type?
Taxi.
Taxi. Excellent. Okay. Repeat the answer.
To go to La Paz, you take a taxi.
Excellent. Next, the question about the cost, please.
How much is the transport to La Paz?
How much is the transport to La Paz? So your clients will ask you, and what do you answer? Let's go backwards. To La Paz.
The transport costs $20.
Excellent. That's the how much. Eso no está aquí, right? Because it's a question. Somebody nos va a decir la respuesta. And now a question about the time.
How long does the journey take?
Good. That's your client. What do you tell your client? The journey takes
About 2 hours.
Excellent. Good. Any questions?
No.
Fantastic. All right, let's go to number 3. What is the problem, the situation here?
Your suit needs to be dry clean.
Your suit.
Your suit needs to be dry clean. Ask at the hotel reception if they can do it.
Okay. So this is we're looking for the question is what do you think is the question? The suit is the tuxedo or the wedding dress. We need to ask the hotel reception if they can do it. We have the formula. Which one do you think is the best WH? Where? Good. Now, what is going to be the auxiliar? Are we doing with the verb o que si está o es? ¿Dónde está? ¿Dónde es?
I.
Oh, wait. Before the subject necesitamos auxiliar.
Where.
¿The question va a ser con verbo o va a ser con es o está? ¿Dónde está? ¿Dónde es? ¿O dónde camino? Comer.
¿Dónde está?
¿Dónde está? Okay. Where is the laundry? Okay. Good. Easy. Now answer the question in reverse.
The laundry is in the second floor.
Excellent. You see, reverse. That was easy. Now let's go to number 4. Can you read the instructions for 4?
You like to go on an excursion this weekend. Ask the hotel receptionist what trips they have, the cost and the time of each.
Number 1, what trips? Look at that. They did it for you. What trips? That's the WH. Then they want the cost and the time of each. Excellent. Question number 1, what trips? What trips? Auxiliar. What is the best auxiliar? ¿Es, está, o we need de un verbo? What trips do? Okay, subject, I? You? Okay, you asking the receptionist? Hey, you, what trips do you, verb? Recommend. Excellent. That's a verb. Repeat the complete question.
What trips do you recommend?
Do you want the rest? More info? What info do they give you right there? The situation is the rest. What situation did they put right here? What?
To go on excursion.
That's right. This weekend. All right, so I think now we have the complete question. Ready? First?
What trips do you recommend to go on an excursion this weekend?
Fantastic. The formula is correct. Next, ask about the cost. We need something longer, right, for the cost. How? How much? Is, am, are, do, does. Is, okay. How much is?
The price?
No, how much is already prices included?
How much is?
What are you asking about?
The cost.
Yes, the cost of what?
Excursion.
The excursion is the subject. How much is the excursion? Or you can put the name of the excursion right here when the receptionist tells us. What excursions do you know here in Cabo for the tourist? What is one idea, one activity, one excursion?
The camels.
The what? Oh, the camels? The camels. But the camels is plural. So we need to change the auxiliar.
How much are?
Are, excellent. Or one excursion. The camel excursion. Ya no es camellos, es la excursión de camellos. Pero en inglés no ponemos adjetivos en plural. Never. Okay? Never adjetivos en plural. Los camellos, ¿qué tipo de excursión? De camellos. ¿Ya así se dice? camellos. Oh, no, cabellos. Yo estaba pensando cabello. Okay. How much is the camel? Ese es adjetivo. ¿The camel qué? Excursion. Good. Or, how much are the camels? Si así le vas a decir al evento en plural. Good. Okay, repeat the question.
How much is the camel excursion?
One excursion, ¿verdad? Con el is. Excellent. Ready for the last part? The time. Now we need the time of the camel excursion. We need to ask the question. How can we ask the question for time? The same, how much? No, that's for quantity, cantidad de dinero. Now we're looking for time.
How long?
How long, de largo. Están hablando largo de tiempo. How long, auxiliar?
Is
How long is
the excursion?
the subject, the excursion, the camel excursion? Good. Now put the complete question because now we're going to answer them.
How long?
How long? What is your auxiliar? Is. ¿Qué es? So we can use the to be. Excellent. Complete?
How long is the camel excursion?
Good. Now let's answer it in reverse.
The camel excursion is
Ahí entra the info. Because ya llegamos al how long, ¿verdad? So, how long is the camel excursion?
1 hour.
1 hour. Good. Next question. To answer, the cost.
How much
How much?
is the excursion?
Good. Now let's answer.
The camel excursion is $20.
Excellent. Now, what trips do they have? We have, because they, what is the contrario opposite of they or you? I or we. Excellent.
I recommend you.
Mm-mm.
I recommend to go.
That's right. You see, in English, we don't need the you. That's Spanish. That's not part of the formula. I recommend. ¿Qué recomiendas? To go. Good. Where?
Where?
Yeah, you said the answer. I recommend. What trips do you recommend?
To go to the camel excursion.
To go to? You have two twos?
To go the camel.
To go to. Two twos. You need two twos. To go to. Go always to go to. Yeah? Repeat.
I recommend to go to
That's right.
camel excursion.
Excellent. Good. Okay, now you know how to do the questions. Fantastic. Any questions? No? Easy or difficult? Easy? Okay, now look at part A. We just did 4 situations for work, right? Real examples. For homework, you're going to do 4 situations, but these situations right here, okay? Where do you get the answer? Go down. You see the scissors? Part B. Information, you see? Restaurant, tintorería, dry cleaning, excursions, y los camiones to New York and Chicago, or the airplanes, or the train, or the taxi, hire a car, Uber. You're gonna complete this situation with the real information right here for homework to practice, okay? The same, 2 parts. 1 question, 1 answer. 1 question, 1 answer. Situation number 1, tenía distancia and directions. The next one, cost and time, right? So make sure that you always attack the complete. Piden a veces 2, costo y tiempo, o distancia y qué tipo. Good? All right. And then we have 4 more in part B. The information for part B está arriba en la parte A. This is so 2 people do it together, but you're going to do it by yourself. So that's 4 situations que cubrimos hoy, we saw today, and then 4 more situations que no hemos visto. Ahí está la información de apoyo en la parte A. They're going to ask you about translation. Para traducir algo, te van a pedir delivery, quieren mandar algo. Shops, shopping. Those are the situations. So you look at the situation, igual como hoy, pregunta y respuesta de lo que pidan, maybe distancia, cost, or tiempo. Good? Excellent.